black liquid because it's been here for ages and we ain't done shit.
Right. Okay. So you want to do that before you leave the town, before you sort everything
Just
else.
while I have a table.
Right. Well, I mean, you could mess about with it whilst you're traveling at the crossroads. So basically, the place you're going to, the place that you can go to next along the road that you were traveling, is the crossroads that you're heading to. It's basically the central crossroads between three main cities, which is Balakir, Fjalgar, and Valasar. That it is a kind of like main trading center for those cities. So different people from all the cities will come there to sell their wares and whatever they're specialising in, whatever they feel that area is the most specialist with. So Valasar is very kind of like regal. There's a lot of like cloths, a lot of fabrics, a lot of stuff that's for kind of nobility and people who have a lot of money to spend on it that come from there. Fjalgar is all kind of like metals, armors, weapons, all that kind of thing. And then, as I said, Balakir is kind of like a lot of weird stuff and a lot of stuff that's kind of basically it seems to be stuff that's either stolen from there and sold by merchants because it's the only stuff they could get out, or it's stuff that they're trying to like fence off as like being from Balakir and being all mystical and mysterious and stuff when it's really not. So it's a kind of combination of them. Yeah, it's a combination of them. But yeah, that's where you guys are headed. The time it would take to get there is probably about 4 days travel to get there.
Cool.
So were all the townspeople kind of happy with like once we left?
Well, they were happy anyway. They'd have you. Yeah, they'd had your like they had like the celebration thing the night before.
Like Kent what went on and like that.
Well, depends. What were you telling them went on?
Essentially, that we turned up and found the prophet had been, like, we turned up at the prophet's house and there was corruption there and he was dead.
Okay.
So essentially, like, try and pretend that like it killed him and he was trying to something to do with him keeping it at bay to save the town.
Right. If you who's been going about telling this story?
Not who's got high. I've got reasonable charisma. I just worded that horrendously. I've got +2 to charisma.
I have bang average charisma.
Well, if somebody wants to roll a bluff check.
6 in diplomacy. It's not a total bluff.
It's not. It's a bluff though.
Okay.
Because you're lying about the key point is about the lying point. It's not about the like if it was diplomacy, you guys would have to tell the truth and have to reason that the truth is acceptable to them.
14.
Okay, yeah, you managed to like. I mean, they're townsfolk. They're not really that.
Yeah, I just kind of want to persuade them that like he was a decent guy and he like essentially like died because
they've seen nothing else to disbelieve it.
Yeah.
They've seen nothing to disbelieve.
I don't want to just be like, he's a dick and he's trying to kill you all.
Yeah, and to be fair, as far as you guys are concerned, he was also not that bad a guy. He was just trying to do something that he couldn't control.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that he was like a bad guy.
Yeah, he didn't turn out to be a child raping like pedophile.
No, not this time.
Not this.
To be fair, the last time the first guy that we thought was a child rape,
you do have a journal from him that's encrypted, so you'd have to work on decrypting that.
Oh yeah, shit, I do have that.
You do have that. However, we'll maybe have to work on that. I'll maybe have to work on something for next time for that because I've not written up. I know
No, just in case it can be my new daily book.
It can be your new daily book once you get your other one
you've
finished.
not finished this one.
Well, no, because you guys are traveling, so I'm going to give him one roll a bonus for your full travel, and if you pass that, you get the last bit of that book, and you can move on to the next one.
The next credit is up soon.
That's a bit better.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, I'll actually hold on because and there's a couple of things I wanted to do before you guys leave the town. Or there's one thing I wanted to do.
But yeah, I still want to play with that black goo and find out what the fuck.
You can do that on your travels as well. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
I need to make sure I get everything sorted out before you guys move on.
Oh right, cool.
Before we bail from this.
Yeah, porno.
See you later, lads.
yes.
Just as a random question, what your main hand weapon?
It's a scimitar.
What quality is it?
Masterwork.
Right. Well, as you're leaving, the blacksmith comes up to you and says
hello, friend. How are we?
He says, you inspired me to start working again, and I made this for you. And he hands you a short sword that is probably the nicest short sword you've ever seen. And it is a +2 short sword.
+2?
So yeah, masterwork and then an extra 1. So it's now a plus, yeah. So it's up 1.
Oft. Mighty fine gift.
And
From
that
a
was
mighty fine blacksmith.
I thank him and say that this is the finest blade that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I will treasure it, and hopefully it will help me survive through many a day.
yeah. He's been working on that since you first arrived at the town, and he's been kind of trying to
Hey,
sort something out for you.
get him with a blacksmith, and he gives you swaggy gifts.
And save his life.
Well, he kind of tells you a story about it, and he says that it was originally a sword that his father had made for him, that
Yeah.
he'd kind of like left in disrepair for years, and he's not like fashioned it new. He's just like fixed it up and made it as good as he could make it, and he's giving it now to you.
Did he reforge the shards?
Pretty much, yeah. So yeah, he gives you that before you leave. Anyway, so that's everything from the town. I just wanted to remember and do that because I noted that down weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to remember and sort that.
Let me use that as my offhand weapon, actually.
Could do.
'Cause it's
Like
light.
offhand.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure short swords are light.
yeah,
so-
it will be like.
Yeah, they will be.
Yeah. I just don't think I can put it into my wrist sheath.
No, you cannot. You definitely cannot put it in your wrist.
That'll be a
sheath.
large wrist sheath.
Yeah.
It's like, ha!
like no, nothing here. No.
Yeah, like praying
The
mantis,
handle poking on the bottom.
praying mantis style. Just the whole arm is just a sword. But yeah, you guys. So Thonan, you have managed to read through the last chapter of that book. The last chapter of the book is focused on using blood in deceased corpses or deceased humanoids to reanimate them. So you use the blood as like a life essence. So they don't have sentience, they don't have control, but you could reanimate them to do basic menial tasks.
Okay.
That's one half of the chapter. The other half of the chapter is doing the reverse. So rather than taking a body that has no soul and animating it, you take a soul that has no body and using, again, the blood magic, you can infuse it into a construct and use that to make a soul-infused construct. So that's the kind of thing it details.
Right. Sorry, my notes make me laugh.
Okay.
I've literally just put making constructs, making zombies, and fighting around the world. That's my notes.
If
for
you
the
roll-
last chapter of that book.
Roll an intelligence check. So just D20 plus your intelligence mod.
We have, the enemy team has captured our intelligence. Blech. Distinctly average.
It's alright, that's what I was looking for. Basically, you kind of get the idea that having seen the Watchers originally, it might be that they had, when you're reading about the kind of like soul-infused constructs, it could be something similar to that for
Okay.
the Watchers.
No, that kind of makes sense. That's cool.
However, they seem to be slightly different in that they had a lot of magic in them as well. So it wasn't just that, so they're slightly different. However, the idea that a construct would have a high level of sentience would be seen to be that it would be soul infused. So it would have like an actual consciousness put into it.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's the kind of gist of that book. So you want to play about with this black stuff while you guys are traveling on?
Yeah, I just want to kind of like I just want to see and try and create as much controlled experimentation as possible.
Okay. What describe the kind of things you would do then? Like, what would be your go-to things?
Like one would be, I'd probably see if, like, how it behaves on like what is it at room temperature? It's a liquid, right?
Yeah, it's a liquid normally.
Yeah, so I've only got a couple of glass vials, so I'd probably like try and like first basic one would just be like open it and see what happens. Like,
Okay.
does it just stay there, or does it try and like fucking immediately leave the vial? Like, does it appear to like do stuff?
It doesn't seem to react to just being like opened. So when you open it, it's you can see it like bubbling. It moves weird. Like rather than it just kind of like sloshing about, it like spirals round and kind of moves into itself. But it doesn't actually like try and escape or try and move at all. So it doesn't seem as if it's like it has any kind of like again sentience to itself, as if it will try and like do stuff. It just seems to be a very strange liquid.
Okie doke. I'd use a bunch of I'd try and detect magic on it. Detect that it's magical. To try and see if I could glean anything from that.
Do roll spellcraft and see what you can find out. Okay.
Yeah, that's my spellcraft mod. I was double checking.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to have any like inherent magical properties in that
Right.
in the skills that you would be like most familiar with. So it's not like a typical magic. So it's not like it's conjured through some kind of like spellcraft and things like that. It's more. It seems to be more be linked to the religious side of things more than the actual magical side of things. So it's more like it's a creation of deities and stuff like that than actually like magic.
Right. Okay, dog. I am going to. What could I do? I'm also gonna try and detect poison on it.
Okay. Roll. What'd you roll for that? Is there a roll check for detect poison?
It's a cantrip, I guess. You determine whether a creature, object, or area has been poisoned or is poisonous.
Okay. Roll. A wisdom
Try.
check.
I was about to say I could try fuck about with my alchemy rolls as well.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, if the wisdom check fails, you can do an alchemy one. But if you nail the wisdom check, you get to know the exact poison. However, it's not actually a poison, so it's not that it's poisonous. Like it is poisonous, but it's not a poison.
Right.
So like it basically just seems to be like a concoction of a lot of shit into one single thing. Because it's very condensed, it's very concentrated. So it would be counted as a poison, and it would do things that would be to you that would count as a poison, but it's not like a specific poison in itself. You can do an alchemy roll and try and work out like any kind of chemical composition and see if like roughly what it is made of. Okay. It seems to be a combination of various types of blood.
Right.
It seems to be various like highly acidic elements, or not highly, yeah, like acidic, but also like highly poisonous as well.
What's the molar volume, Graham? Give me some details.
I don't know, like what end do you go to? Is it 1? Is that acidic or is that alkaline?
Oh no, that was more the molar volume in terms of like the concentration, but never mind.
Oh right, I don't know. I didn't do any of that. Yeah, it's
That would be like the pH scale of acidic,
right.
with 7 being neutral and 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know what end is which. Yeah, there's a lot of the components to it.
Acid is low, alkaline is high.
Right. Okay. Well, it's low. It doesn't seem to like burn through. It doesn't. Okay, that's another thing you would notice actually. It doesn't seem to burn through anything that's not like. It doesn't react on contact with any kind of surface that you've tried it on. I mean, I'm trying to think how you would find this out, but basically, it would react to any kind of living organic material. So on.
Yeah, I was gonna say the next thing.
Don't try it on Mark, for the love of God.
No, I need Mark.
Okay.
I literally for the brief in terms of how Mark is getting treated, by the way, is literally like I would probably give him better food than I give myself.
Okay.
Like I literally want Mark to think I am the best dude in the universe. In his little pig world, he needs to think I'm the best dude.
Right.
In terms of that, I would I don't know, maybe try fucking pour it on a leaf or some shit.
Yeah,
I was thinking of trying to get Mira to see if she could do anything Healy on it to see if it goes mental or something. I don't know.
She could try that, yeah. But yeah, any kind of organic compound, any kind of organic material or anything that is like living, if it is put on it, it will react to it and it'll start to turn it like boil and kind of like burn away at it, like you saw happen in the manor.
All right.
So the same kind of thing, the same kind of reaction happens. So it's almost like it's a reaction to organic living material than anything else. And it basically just seems to just kill it and absorb, well, not really absorb it, just kill it and destroy it. Like it's meant to, like, so by the looks of it, it's meant to destroy organic matter, is the whole point of it.
Right, okay, doke. So, and that's like on contact.
Yep.
Okay.
But it is like pretty violent, pretty unstable, and doesn't do too well. Like, so you can kind of mess about with it on your own. So if you're like pouring it onto like a desk or like pouring it onto like a like any kind of glass thing and moving it about and seeing it?
One thing I'd try would be see if I could pour like a little bit of it into another glass thing
Hmm.
and like put water in with it.
Okay. It would basically evaporate the water and remain in its solid, like not a solid, but remain in its like same volume. So it wouldn't absorb any of it. It would literally just absorb it, and it would be in its.
Oh shit! Right. Okay. I was gonna try and dilute it, but okay. No,
Yeah.
That's cool.
I can summon some tiny creatures if you want to do some live animal experiments.
No, Jesus Christ! This is Mira
Wait,
speaking,
wait.
right?
I'm gonna
No.
stop you right here, Graham. You're getting outraged by summoning some random tiny creatures and like dripping some.
No,
black
Mira's
juice on
getting outraged. I don't give a fuck.
And
Well, if
you
it
were
does
fucking
if it does
raping
pretty
kids.
shitty to a leaf, I'm gonna assume that it'll melt things.
Yeah, right. You said you wanted Mira to try and like use any kind of like purification or stuff or magic on it like that.
I'm gonna siphon off little bits of it and see if she can like.
Okay.
She can do like essentially if it's gonna be like the old like Phoenix Down kills zombies type scenario.
Right. She tries to cast some kind of like basic low level stuff of like purifying things on it,
Mm-hmm.
and has basically no effect to it at all. She then tries to cast some higher level stuff, so like puts a lot more into it to try and like really put everything she's got into it, and it basically seems to react at like so it kind of like reacts and matches whatever level she's putting into it. So the more she puts into it, the more this thing just completely negates it. So it just like matches it blow for blow.
Right. Okay, dog. Okay.
And it literally, it's not even that like it's not affecting it. It's literally that it's cancelling it out.
This all sounds very fun. Okay, dog. Yeah, that's all I'm really thinking up for now.
Okay. Anybody else want to sort anything while we're traveling? You've got some time.
Just to let Will know, I can also make Mark into a battle pig
For fuck's sake.
because I have a spell that war trains any animal.
like permanently.
Well, I'm imagining if I had permanence, I could make it permanent, but no, it's like for rounds per.
Or well, if Will had permanence though, could you not?
It's
make it
hours per level.
No, well,
Unless
Yeah, let's catch
I
that
can get
spell.
the spell, I can't.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
That
can.
would essentially be what I use. I do with my third level slot while I'm not shrinking that fucking ball. Is essentially, I want to anthropomorphize Mark and see what he's all about.
okay. So you want to have conversations with Mark and see what he's doing.
Yeah, like during downtime, like we're never like occasionally walking. I'm not gonna. Other than that, like I just want to anthropomorphize him and like see what the crack is with him.
Okay, so yeah, you can basically like you transform the first time you do it.
Kind of want to see if androids dream of electric sheep.
No, well, I don't know. He acknowledges you as his like owner, or his like the one who feeds him basically.
Right.
His intelligence level is like as much as he can speak. His intelligence is not great. Like he has the vocal capacity to speak and say basic basic words.
Okay, because I was about to say because he can speak one language I know.
Yeah, but he doesn't speak it well.
Yeah, I want to try and help him like read and speak.
Okay. Well, you could do that. He would probably be happy enough to do that. He begins to ask like he's not really asking questions. At first he's just kind of making statements of like him wanting food or him being tired or him wanting to go places. Like he'll just like start speaking as if it's like really basic
it's like the whole
statements.
thing if they taught fucking chimp sign language and none of them
Yeah.
have asked a question.
Yeah. So he doesn't ask any questions. So he doesn't ask stuff like he's not being like existential and be like, why am I here? Why do I exist? Why am I not a pig? Like he's not asking anything like that. He's just being very blunt, like I want food or I want to go sleep or what's over there.
Cool.
Which I suppose is a question, but he's like that's more like curiosity than anything else.
Yeah, no, that's environmental. He's not like.
Yeah. He's not asking questions about
He's
himself.
not asking questions about existence
Yeah.
rather than.
But that's about as far as you get. You can try and like get him to
No,
speak.
that's cool. It's just another one of those daily things I kind of want to work at when we have downtime.
Okay. You're gonna end up having like everything on the go, and I'm having to like, God damn it.
First hour is gonna be Will.
Yeah, the
making
first
notes
hour is
of
right.
what
Well,
to
you've
do.
got these 6 things that you want to go through. You've got 4 books and a pig that you've got to work with, and you've got this fucking
Well, I
like.
have one book and one pig that
For now.
that I'm trying to educate. I'm gonna try and stick to one book at a time to keep it easy for everyone.
Uh-huh.
So you only
I
get
only-
one credit.
Graham,
Mhm. Sorry, I'm picking
Can I
up a
do
dice.
Can I do some research into my belt?
Yeah.
Because like obviously we kind of swept over it in the middle of combat, but when that thing was falling down, it took a bite out of it.
Yep. It basically will make a launched attack. So what it'll do is it'll
Right.
when it basically it will make an attack of opportunity once per round for you
Okay.
without you telling it to. So literally anything that moves out of your square, it'll attack.
Right.
It'll literally just kind of like move, like basically the band round it will stretch slightly. It will launch forward, bite at it, and come back in, and then just go back to being a belt.
Nice.
And
That's pretty sick.
that's basically what you saw when it was doing it.
I don't know how I'm going to add that to my character sheet, but we'll see.
Under equipment, if you do custom, you can just add it. If you want to add it under the exact name,
You can send me the exact name later.
well, the exact name is Belt of Teeth.
Belt of teeth. Okay.
It's not complicated.
No, it's not. It's not meant to be complicated. It's a name.
I'm trying to remember that fucking feat that you need to not accidentally fucking kill yourself when you're crafting poisons.
It's a rogue thing. I
Yeah,
think.
I know. I thought rogues might get it as a class feat though, as in like I get scribe scroll as a class feat. I thought they might get it, so I can actually technically to get it eventually or not.
You just asked me to do it.
Yeah, you could do that.
You could just be like, "Oh, Jonas."
Yeah, but how good are you at actually making poisons though?
Pretty
not
good.
Until I level up.
Oh,
I'll be
right.
pretty good then.
Have you got Cause
Have you not put points in
it's,
it again?
It's all
Oh.
well and good. You're like,
Why
I
would you
could-
need it? Why would you need it? He's never had to open a door.
I just bought poisons at the start.
Oh, right.
Because I rolled really because I just had shit tons. I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy some poisons. Use my skills early on and other things.
Because if
Sounds
if
very
we're gonna start
Mongo.
fucking about with this horrendous contact kill everything organic black stuff that I've got,
Yeah, we made some poisons.
Yeah.
I was literally
it's
planning
more,
when
it's
I
more
level
so
up.
that you might not kill it, but you might also fucking drop it on a ridiculously high
Yeah,
chance.
like
It's not that high a
I was
chance.
just about to put like tons of points in like making poisons and shit like that. So
well, that'll be handy.
You get
Because-
bonuses and stuff though. So you.
guess who completed his goal this week?
Mhm.
Nice. Save.
12 sessions in.
Oh,
Right, hang on. Yeah, there's a 5% chance you expose yourself. So if you roll a nat 1 on your craft check to craft the poison, you expose yourself to the poison.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure.
However, if you've got the
I
feat, you
don't.
can't. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that, so I can't expose myself.
anyway, for another time. So
Yes.
are we just fucking traveling along the road?
Yep, you guys can reach the town. Or you guys would reach the town if there's nothing else that MD wants to do during the travels.
Nope.
No?
No.
Okay, so you guys arrive. The town is fairly large. It's probably the largest town you've been to in terms of the central area that you enter into. So as you walk into it, it's a very large trade district in the centre. There's a lot of kind of like stalls with merchants trying to sell stuff. You can see distinct symbolism to show where they're from. So which of the three major cities they're from. People are trying to sell stuff based on that. So wherever they're from, they'll try and promote whatever specialist items are coming from that city. You see a lot of people trying to kind of like come up and like sell you basically stuff that looks like rubbish, like it's tat. But you also see people who are like behind fairly well-made stalls that look as if they're there and they're proper merchants and they've got the stuff laid out and it all looks very nice and fancy and stuff. A lot of it is stuff you've never seen. So there's a lot of variance in what is available. But basically, if you guys want to go around and you want to buy anything, this is the place to buy stuff now. So if there's anything you want to buy, anything you've wanted to like upgrade, look at, whatever, this is the place to go to.
Yeah, I want to see if there's any people selling magical shit.
There is, yeah. There's varying though. Depends what you're looking for. What are you looking for?
Literally.
Lion.
What are you selling? I would like some form of container of magical sorts. Either any kind of like bag of holding, handy haversaki
Can you
type.
not make bag of holding though with wondrous item?
No.
Yeah, not until I get secret chest though, which is a 5th level spell.
Oh, right, okay.
There is bags of holding available. However, they're expensive.
I can imagine.
What is your budget? and I'll tell you what kind of bag you can
well,
get.
what are
What's your
what are-
moral background?
What are they selling? So how much? I'm gonna fucking right. So this cunt's selling me a bag.
Yeah.
Or it has a bag in its thing, right?
There's a bag of holding. Yeah, there's like this like he starts off and he shows you this massive like huge one. He's like it can hold an entire like house worth of stuff. It's very good, and you're like okay, and he's kind of like trying to draw you, and he's like 10,000 gold.
Right. I'm
Mark-
gonna appraise that shit.
Mark could carry that.
Mark can't carry shit. He's a pig.
Well, you can strap it up to a saddlebag.
Like Mark doesn't have any saddlebags. He's like a piglet.
Is that you? Where, have you
like-
done your appraisal roll?
Not a beast of burden yet.
I have now.
Right, it's probably worth about half that, but that's still quite a lot.
Yeah, so it's about 5k gold.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, doke. How about
He's got smaller ones. Like that's the big one that he tries to push on you
What's
first.
your moral agenda like, William?
my moral agenda?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm not gonna steal it,
Okay.
if that's what we're asking.
You didn't have to steal it.
We're still not stealing it.
Okay.
I'm not okay with that.
He offers you like
Hustling people is completely
yeah,
fine.
yeah. So right, basically he kind of like asks you what your budget is and like what you're looking to get out of like. So he's kind of like doing the whole thing of like you want this and
Gonna
then
say, I honestly don't know nothing about mopeds.
right. Well, he like shows you the big one and he sees your face kind of being like, oh, it's quite a lot. I can't really afford it. And then he like starts like working his way down and he finally gets to one that's like that size, like a small little kind of like single pouch bag.
To be fair, that would probably kind of work. What if I'm gonna say that I'll go for one of the mid-range ones and I'll throw him in a magical scroll.
Roll diplomacy.
God damn it.
See if you can. See if you can haggle with him, I guess.
I really don't think so. Not on diplomacy, anyway. Oh, yes, I can! Oh,
We're still an 18.
shit.
yeah, no, it's still a crit, though. Fuck
You don't
me.
crit on rolls like that, but yeah.
Yeah, but still with a
It's
minus
still,
2.
yeah, it's still.
as high as you getting.
I'm seeing green.
It's the best you're ever going to manage.
Literally a -2.
He can offer you. He can offer you what is essentially a minor bag of holding.
Right.
The dimensions I slightly underestimated. I thought it'd be a lot smaller because I'm thinking of something else. It's not. It's 2 feet by 4 feet in terms of its size, so it's pretty. It's actually
It's like, it can be like a backpack, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's like a normal size, but it's not huge, but it's a normal size backpack. He explains that it can hold 6 cubic feet of materials up to 50 pounds, so it's not that big inside, but it's still a decent sized thing.
Yeah, it's more just for convenience, just in terms of...
Also,
just
can I
can't
just
think
say,
of
2 feet by 4 feet is far too big for that size of bag. It's not 2 feet by 4 feet. A 4-foot bag is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, a 2 foot by 4 feet normal bag should be
Yeah, I don't know what that-
50 pounds a kit.
Yeah, as that exactly. Like I don't know why a bag of holding would have that. Okay, so it's probably like a 2 foot by a foot. Like it's not that big a bag. It's like yay big. By that, like you can't see how deep it is, right? But it's a
It's a
foot.
gnome rucksack.
It's a foot by 2 foot down.
It's a gnome rucksack.
Yeah.
It's gnome sized.
No size rucksack.
Yeah, that's all I kind of want to put in it.
So he is willing to give you it at a discount
Right.
of about, he says 600 gold if you throw in the scroll.
600 gold for the scroll. 600 gold for the scroll is fuck all, actually. No.
No, 600 gold with the scroll.
Right, with the scroll. And what's that kind of net discount?
It's about half. So yeah, it's about 600 for the scroll. He doesn't know what scroll is. You've not said. Like he also doesn't seem to care. He just says like, yeah, it's magical. Fuck it.
Right, so he doesn't know the actual potential of this fucking scroll.
No, he's literally just trying to like drive you a bargain based on you offering him it.
Right. On 600, I'm gonna say no
Okay.
and leave. That's too much. I don't have that much money.
Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to think if he'd kind of pester you and be like, right, okay, we can come with something else. He's like, he says, if you can go to one of the other stalls here and get them. So one of the other stalls, and he points around, and it's the ones from Balakir that he's like pointing to. One of the other stalls from here. And he kind of like points to a couple that are nearby that look of similar quality to the stuff that he's selling, which is pretty high end to be fair. And he says, if you can go to speak to one of them and get them to buy the scroll off you, tell them that I sent you for a bag, and we will sort that out so that you'll give him the scroll, I'll give you the bag for free, if you can manage to get that.
Right. So if I can manage to flog this invisibility sphere scroll.
Right? He's like, yeah, whatever scroll. Yeah, if you manage to sell it to one of those guys and points to a couple of stalls over there, and there's a couple of ones that look more kind of like magical focused than like actual spell focused. So if you can sell it to them, they'll speak to me, and I'll get you a bag for nothing.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay.
I'll go fucking do that. I'll just go and try and blag on some of these other dudes.
Okay. So you come up, and the guy kind of like starts doing his like opening spiel of like, "What do you want? You look like you look like a curious type." Yeah, it's like,
selling.
and he starts kind of showing you through like some tomes and some spell books and stuff, and shows you like he says like he brings out some wands and scrolls and stuff, and says like we've got many magical things for someone who is magic of nature or who is like who's keen to the magic arts. How can I interest you?
I've struck a deal with your boy over there and point to that dude.
He kind of like squints like he's like as if he's like heard it before kind of thing.
Interesting. Right, I'm gonna sense motive.
Right. Okay, go for it.
Or wait, what? Is that what I want to do?
Yeah, sense motive would do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna sense fucking motive. What's my sense motive? Nothing.
Right. He's not really doing it in a way of his like, oh, not this bullshit again. He's kind of saying it of like, I've told this guy not to do this. Like, he's not that he's annoyed about it, but he's like, it's happened before, and he's like, right, okay, fine. It's just like he's heard it before, and he's not happy about it, but he's kind of like going along.
Right. Okay. Well, this dude essentially is driving me on a bargain of, for a bag of holding. And he's asked that if
A minor
I
bag
can
of
sell-
holding, but yeah.
A minor bag of holding. If I can sell somebody this scroll of invisibility sphere, that we can work out some deal with the bag.
He's like, and the guy kind of knows. He's like, okay, invisibility sphere, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And he says, can I see it just to double check it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you hand him it, and he kind of like looks over, and he's like reads through it. Doesn't activate it or anything, but he just looks through it, and you can see that he's like definitely reading the magic on it. And he says, right, okay, seems fairly legit. It's like, yeah, and he like takes out a bit of paper, writes something on it, and hands it to you. And says, right, if you want to take this, if you take this over back to him, he'll give you that bag. I'll take the scroll. Done deal.
Cool. Not a problem.
Cool.
Thank you very much, sir.
So yeah,
I'm gonna wander back over and just give him the bit of paper.
cool. So you get your minor bag of holding.
Tidy. I can put all this shit in it. Oh my god, so much stuff.
Anybody else wanting to buy anything? Anybody else want to haggle for scrolls?
Not at the moment, because I'm assuming we'll be there next session, so I'll figure out exactly what I want. But like, whilst Will's over asking to the other guy, like, can I talk to the first merchant?
The first merchant, the one that
Well, the one that was like, go and fucking flog this shit and then come back to me.
the bag guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can talk to him. Yeah.
And just ask him like how the market is. Is this market like always here, or is it like seasonal, or like?
No, all year round, every day, people come and sell stuff. Literally,
So how come you don't have like an actual shop? It's just like a stall.
it's because they come in, they sell what they've got with them, and then they head back to where they to get resupply.
yes.
Like it's like they're just constantly going here back and forth because they're literally like they're kind of like soul traders for a lot of them.
Yeah.
So rather than
Like, I'll then ask him. So, are you quite friendly with the other merchants here? Then do you get on well, or
says
is there ever any fighting or?
he's like, well, I mean, people are trying to make money. It's a business. There's always going to be conflict. There's always going to be fighting between some of the people, especially between some of the cities. Like it kind of looks like sometimes people inside the cities will fight. Sometimes between different cities will fight about who's got the better stuff. That's not really competition though, because we're selling different things. The competition is really if like some other guy was to roll up with some bags, try to sell them, then we would have a bit of a problem.
So, anything in particular going on at the moment?
It
Not,
was like
not between yourself or just in general in the marketplace.
it's like, do you mean is there any fighting or is there any deals? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, any fighting. You can always get a deal off a good fight.
It's like, oh right, okay, I see your point. He's like, well, there's a few new merchants come in recently who might be a bit too eager to sell their wares and make a bit of money out of this place. So I'd probably recommend going down there. I heard there was some conflict between them and try to like kind of position themselves within the crossroads.
Oh, so, thank you guys. Would you be able to like show me where their stalls are, or just names, and I'll be able to find them myself?
Yeah, he kind of like points. He's like, I don't know their names, but he turns around and points to a kind of small like group of like shady, like not shady, but like shoddier looking stalls that are kind of further down from his. And it's just a kind of like row of maybe like 3 or 4 on each side, and they look as if they've been like very badly put together. They're selling like various levels of like rubbish, but they look fairly kind of. Some of them have like the occasional thing that looks pretty good, good, but they're obviously like they're not very well experienced. And he points you in that direction.
Cool. I'll just oh, thank you, kind sir, and like flick him like a gold piece for like his information.
Fair enough. Seems happy enough for that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just being like Soundton, just fucking wander off, and then go over to those like shitty stalls and just like, what's going on when I'm over there? Is it just kind of like chill at the moment, or?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just typing this stuff. Yeah, there's kind of like as you're kind of like walking past, if they see you glancing at your store at their stall, they're gonna like shout at you and be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you interested? Like, does anything catch your eye? What you want to buy here?"
What are you buying?
Yeah. Can we?
I'll go over to like one of the shittier stalls that he's like pointed out.
Uh-huh.
But like that has like 1 or 2 items that look of interest.
Okay. Yeah, there's a couple.
Like, that aren't just total wank.
There's a couple. Yeah, there's like okay. Let's just put some numbers. Say there's 6 stalls. Of the 6 stalls, you can probably actually roll appraise, and we'll see what you can kind of work out is like the ones with the most stuff that's worthwhile. You can try and get a good deal out of.
I just want to find something that's not like total wank.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Something that's shiny.
Yeah.
Because I think I can spot somebody who's shiny. With that.
I was about to say I can go help him if he wants something that's not garbage.
Yeah. If you want to go over and help him out and see if you can spot anything that's actually worth some money.
I can't.
All right. Okay. So you're kind of looking at stuff and you're picking up stuff, being like, I mean, is this worth a lot? This is kind of shiny. This one's blue. Does that mean it's worth more? Like, and then Thonan kind of comes over and kind of like moves you slightly in direction. He's like starts pointing at some of the good stuff and explaining what it is and things like that. You kind of like whittle it down to there being 2 specific stalls that seem to have stuff that's way above their showing.
Yeah. Is it kind of like similar like stuff to each other as well?
Yeah, like it looks to be fairly similar. Like the stuff that they're selling looks to be stuff that you would expect on the higher end stalls, but they're trying to like flog it themselves.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything any items that are particularly roguey?
Particularly roguey. I don't know what you're looking for.
Just having a wee peruse, Graham.
Literally,
Have I got to list out an entire like fucking
Right,
stalls
so
itinerary?
what we'll do is we'll pause this. I'll go away and look for some items I might want. We'll come back next time.
literally specific ones. How about you're just like,
Yeah.
are there any leather gloves? Are
Is
there
there
any
anything
small
that is
knives?
particularly roguey?
I don't know. Just like if Graham had written down some items, he'd be like, "Yeah, this one. I've written down this one. This
I
one."
might have done, yeah, but I'm not going to sit and tell you what items I might have written down.
Yeah, but like if Will's like pointed out one that might be swag.
All right, okay. So,
Like that was my point. Like if there's
Well,
one
the-
that might be specific.
well, okay, well the
I'll
guy
look up
the guy is asking you, what are you looking for? Like he's kind of standing in front of his wares, being like, what are you looking for? Like rather than just being like, I've got this and this and this. He's like,
Good sir, I do believe I was under the information that this place is the Velis Crossroads. Am I right?
It's like, yeah, that's correct. He's kind of
Right,
looking at you as if, how do you not know this?
Right. Is Mankrik about?
He's like, no, I don't understand what's going on.
Well, I need to find his wife. I need to know where he is. Can you please tell me?
I don't know who you're talking about. Sorry, it's like I'm quite new to this place. I'm just kind of selling all these fine things I've brought with me.
So you mean you're selling and you haven't spoken to Mankrik or his wife?
He kind of looks a bit worried at this point. He's like, I didn't realize there was people to speak to. I was told to just set up in a spot and I could set what? If you roll a bluff check, see if he's buying it.
How do you know this isn't true, Graham?
Oh
You roll a bluff check.
what my bluff was.
Because Mankrik's wife's dead, Soulsby. That's why. Because it's a bluff. And so's Mankrik. They're both dead. Oh no, Mankrik's alive. Is he? Yeah, he's alive.
Who's Mankrik?
Right.
Have you never done that quest in WoW?
It's a quest in WoW. Do you not remember at the crossroads?
It was originally at the Crossroads. When they redid it after Cataclysm,
Oh, shit, yeah.
they redid the
Yeah,
quest.
That's
And
literally where I was going with this entire thing.
Mankrik's wife's dead, but if you redo it now, Mankrik is surrounded by like fucking Kobor corpses, just fighting them off constantly down in the south of the Barrens. Also, the guy's not really buying it. He's like, wait a minute, I know what you're doing. You're trying to make me like think I've done something wrong. It's like, I know what I'm doing. I'm selling all the good stuff here. And he's like pointing at it.
New fish, better watch out. I'm just gonna walk away.
Okay.
I'll let Soulsby try and decide what's super
Right.
okay.
Graham,
What?
are there any? Essentially, I've got some items.
Right.
And I can't quite remember what. But are there any burglar boots?
Probably not. No.
Is
Not
there
from
a
him.
purple
Find, like,
burglar
this
alarm?
exact-
No, there's not a
Trying to
purple
find-
burglar alarm. And I'm not saying that, so
Yeah.
fuck you. We're not having conversations about it.
How about some burglar bracers?
No,
Yeah,
most of the stuff like that you would find. He doesn't tell you this, but you'd probably know. Most of the stuff like that you would find at the Valisar stands. Like that's the kind of thing they would sell, is more kind of like clothing that's a bit different, but it's not really like the stuff that they sell is
Okay,
more
so
like.
not from this dick.
No, not from that dick. No, the stuff he's selling is more like little devices and trinkets and things that look as if they do fancy stuff.
Okay. Do I have?
Uh,
to be fair, some of the burglar bracers do some pretty fancy.
However, Thonan said although the stuff that he's selling is like higher than its pay grade, none of it looks too ridiculous. Like it's stuff that you'd be able to buy places. Like it's not as if this is the only place you'd ever be able to see it. Like Thonan's like, oh yeah, that's that thing for like doing for like magic spells. That's that thing for like that's like a wand, like part of a wand and stuff like that. And it's just like pointing out various magic apparatus. It's mainly magical though, because he's from Balakir, so a lot of it's magical. A lot of it's kind of like you see stuff that's like to do with faith. So you see like some holy symbols, but they also have like a magic amulet thing on them as well, and it's like weird.
Yeah. Trying to fucking find something that would be useful.
Jesus Christ, Soulsby, you're worse than a woman in a shop. Just being like, I don't know what to buy. Oh, there's
No, because I'm fucking literally scrolling through fucking slotless things at the moment. Because I've only got like.
Pretty sure
clothing
we
stuff
could.
written
I'm
down.
pretty sure we should. They're going to be here tomorrow. I'm sure.
Yeah.
We'll just do it next time.
I'm pretty certain what we should do is just take a short intermediate break here where Soulsby decides what he's looking for.
And come back next
We're,
week.
we're
Come
just
back
about
next-
finished.
Yeah, we've got like 10 minutes left.
I just kind of want to see or want to find
That's what I
out
was
who
gonna do,
we who we
I'm
could
going to do
touch
some
base
research
on.
next week and then decide what I want to buy.
Is that what
We
you're
could,
doing, right?
Yeah.
Who could we touch base with in terms of?
There's inns, taverns, that kind of thing around the centre that's slightly off the main road, because the main road's mainly for sellers. It kind of like backs into it. So if you imagine it's like this massive area, and all the stalls are built up in like tiers almost, or rows, and they build their way into this kind of centre crossroads area. And in the centre crossroads, there's a kind of large statue thing.
Do you
that
want to
is-
go and speak to those boys about what's on my arm?
Well, yeah, and that's why I was going to go try and find out who would
Yeah.
be best to speak to.
Okay.
If there's like a mage.
Did you say it
tower
was the
or something.
Balakir group, Graham?
Yeah, they seem to be the most versed
Yeah.
in magical stuff. Valisar is more kind of like well-made, like just well-made normal stuff, like stuff. There's stuff that's well-made and for like a high quality, and they do stuff like that. Whereas Balakir is more kind of like stuff might not look as good, but it's got some magical qualities, or it's used for magic and it's kind of fancy.
But yeah, I don't think we're gonna get directly there just yet. I think we should poke around here and see if we can find somebody who kens what the fuck might be up.
Yeah, because has Hakon like kind of felt anything weird like on the journey over? Like,
Occasionally at night, it would kind of like sting a little, or maybe like kind of like be burning. Like you'd wake up and it'd be like kind of like you'd feel like burning in your arm, or it would be like get really kind of itchy or fiery and just kind of like irritate you. But there's nothing that's too ridiculous
Yet.
yet.
Fucking Dion Lewis is on the injured list. Ugh.
Spoil that.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go. What's I've only got names of brothels. I don't have names of inns. What's a reasonably upmarket inn that we could go to?
There's a place that's just called the Crossed Roads.
We could yeah.
It's
just
the main.
fucking-
It's a main tavern at the centre that looks to be the
Aye,
most.
let's
Yeah,
fucking
let's
fancy
go
go.
there.
Let's go to the Weatherspoons and see what the crack is.
They're
Um,
Winchester and wait for all this to blow over.
Yeah. Tidy. What? I'm gonna walk in and is there free seats at the bar?
well, I mean, if you wanted to take it with you, you'd probably have to pay for it. But yeah, you can sit down.
Ugh.
Fuck off, Graham.
Yep. I'm gonna go and. Oh shit! Hold on, I need to make a note. Or have I made a note already? No, I've got it. Okay, cool.
Are you guys wanting to stay together, or is there anything else that you guys want to do?
No, I would have
spread
gone to
out?
the inn. I would have just kind of like picked up some of the like magical items and just fucking flung them, and then just like.
Soulsby, what's your words? Do you actually want to pick them up and fling them?
Not like literally like fling them away, but just kind of like chuck them back down because they look shy.
Okay, right, okay. I was going to say,
I'm not like fucking halfing them across.
no,
the
you would probably have noticed. Oh, you probably notice as you're kind of walking about that you see a lot of very well armed people that seem to be dressed in various different things that seem to be like a neutral third party that organises and runs this entire place.
Okay.
And that seem to be the security for it. So if you were to just go up and like throw stuff about the place, you might get picked up by them.
No, yeah, I mean fling it as in just like kind of like toss it back down. Like I don't like I think it's worth.
He means place it gently back on the table from which you
Do a
took
fuck.
Some armoured guy walks up behind you with like a massive lance and it's just like,
you
you gonna put that back down, son?
I'm gonna
No.
talk to the barkeep and get some bar snacks for Mark.
Okay.
And
He's got pork scratchings.
Oh no!
so Mark can just chow down.
On his dead brethren.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
What did you say the bar or the?
It's
inn
not.
was
It's
called?
like it's like him.
The crossroads.
The crossed roads.
Yeah, it's like us eating bushmeat. It's not like that bad. He's like fucking. What's the word?
Basically a Chinese takeaway.
He's like swine novus or whatever. Like the next generation of fucking pigs would be. The next evolution.
Yeah.
What? I'm just gonna ask him if there's anyone in the in the town that does magic.
Why are you actually doing that at the end?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Mr. Bean. So, yeah, he would kind of say like, oh yeah, well, there's loads of places that you can buy magical stuff. There's people the people who sell them are often versed in magic because they need to actually be able to like understand them to sell them. So yeah, there's loads of people. What are you looking for?
Right, so it would just be there's no like it's just like the merchants that do stuff rather than just there's no kind of like magical scholars or any kind of like university for it or anything in the not university but like place of place of learning or center of learning for that in this town. It would just be the magic based merchants.
Nah, most people that live in the town are either part of the organisation that runs the crossroads, or they're people who work in places around the town to do with like people who are passing by, or merchants like just kind of help like just serving like
Who are
accommodation, food, that
all
kind of thing.
the big clinky armored guys?
They are the fucking. I wrote it down, and it's not even difficult. I can't even remember it.
The purple helmets.
The purple people eaters.
Orna would be happy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just the Velis cartel. Sorry, I'm being an idiot. Yeah, they're the Velis cartel. Velis is the name of the family that runs the whole place. The cartel is the kind of like overarching group that kind of organizes the entire like marketplace. And the guards are just hired muscle that come in to like ensure that everything runs smoothly and nobody's fucking with stuff.
Okay,
They tried
cool.
to apprehend me.
Who do the Velis family live here?
They do, yeah. They live further back, like into the like. Basically, the way the town works is it's like all the roads come in, but then there's kind of like branching out from along those roads is like various things, and their estate is further in.
Are they
Swag.
open to meetings?
No, they are not. They're like very. They're very not public and like talking to people. They're not like they don't. Like people can work in this place, including him, for years and never see anybody that's actually a direct member of the family.
Interesting.
They're
Okay.
very secretive.
Are they sound? Like, do they run the place nice?
Yeah, like they've been running it for like the last, I think it's almost 100 years they've been running it for this whole thing.
For the
Tidy.
great.
Yeah, and
Well,
it's literally like they're probably the like one of the best. This is one of the best markets in the entire western part of the world
So
for
they
the
don't,
reason that they run it properly.
So they wouldn't be. They're not interested in any kind of like political opportunities or anything like that. They're not very
No,
public.
they are literally like they stay
Do
completely
they
out of it.
have like a figurehead that does that stuff for them? Is there like a face for the town?
Not really. Like, there's people that the merchants speak with. Like, there's people that they refer back to do with whatever they're trying to sell. But there's no one that would actually be able to like refer back to them directly.
So there's no there's no dude that like cuts the ribbons and does all this other
Nah,
kind of
there's
stuff.
no like
huh?
one person that would do anything.
Right. Okie doke. That's fairly. That's interesting.
Like, everything's-
How
yeah.
much is room and board?
Room and board for so he kind of like counts it up. And he's like, so for all of you, it would be 12 silver pieces for the night.
That's pretty.
It's fine by me.
Yeah, pretty reasonable.
Well, we don't have to pay it.
Yeah, we're paying it.
You don't have to pay it.
Unless you have a way of stealing a room.
Well, I more mean like Mira's here.
Yeah, but they don't seem that fucking interested.
Well, we haven't asked.
Oh wow, I gauged that without having to give away the fact that we're actually protectors in case anyone was listening.
By the fact that all the people that are interested have noticed on sight who we are.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't think.
Taking my gold, man. They're taking my gold.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get much.
So
free stuff.
he's been doing the RPG.
I don't think one of the best markets in the Western world makes it that kind of reputation.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to
We
be
hand
like,
out.
oh, you protectors, and that's a prospect. Oh, it's free then. What we're talking about, like, we're not here to make a profit at all. They're basically capitalism personified. They're fucking all about that money.
Let's just burn it down.
Gotta save that money.
Yeah.
You know that capitalists make a lot of money out of anti-capitalist masks.
Do they?
Yep.
You
I like that.
Are you saying that to the bartender to try and like make a point to him?
No, just
He's like, that'll be 12 silver pieces. You're like, well, you
a
know,
little tidbit.
sometimes
yeah, that's
sometimes
cool.
things happen.
For the
Um,
audience.
What audience?
That's that's cool. By
I
me.
don't know, we get like 3 views.
That's you guys.
This is for you, Dan Wren. Hashtag shout out.
Yeah.
That could get us another view if you actually tell him that you gave him a shout out to watch it.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
He does watch it every now and again.
Does he?
Yeah,
Alright, fair enough.
he said he was quite into
Well,
it.
I've not put up the last episode
I
yet,
hope
so
he's
there's
like
that.
falling asleep and he just hears a big shout out to Dan.
In the
Anyway,
last,
that's pretty much. I'm cool. I'd need to sit and scheme a bit
Right.
in terms of what I want
Well-
to actually kind
Yeah.
of plan. to
well,
do.
you
I
have you
think-
guys.
So standard. I think on the morrow, I think we should definitely try and ask some magic people about
What the
Uh,
fuck this shit is?
what Porno being a Death Eater.
Yeah.
And, then yeah, just go from there and see what we can get done.
Sick.
Okay.
Graham, do I get my stuff? Like that stuff?
Yeah.
Or are we going to do that next session?
No, you get.
Cool.
I'm gonna go over everything now. Don't worry. Jesus.
Okay, tidy. What happened, Graham? Graham.
What happened with what?
Stuff
Everything.
and stuff.
So okay. So Soulsby finally completed his goal after
Woo!
after 12 weeks of trying.
The fuck was the goal?
Oh, you can't.
It's up
know.
to Soulsby.
Oh god. All right.
Well, it depends. I might tell you out of character because then you can know, but like you can't know.
But your character can't.
I'm just intrigued as to
I
what
believe
took
that we are now out of-
12 weeks to do.
Well, I'm still going because I'm just going to get
Yeah,
this experience.
If
and
you
then
hang
can-
around after we stop recording, I'll tell you.
Because
Right,
spoilers for Dan Ren.
Exactly. Dan can't know.
So yeah, you guys get for this session, you each
Right.
get 500 experience
Sick.
as your base.
I was about to
Now,
say.
beliefs, instincts, and goals. Some people would have done
And my goal.
the first ones. Soulsby did a goal. Will did a goal. Porno didn't do a goal.
Did not do a goal.
What
I
about?
did my belief as well.
Yep, you did your belief. Will, did you do? You didn't really do your beliefs or instincts.
And actually,
My belief might have to kind of change because I really don't know.
You're kind of doing it. I don't know. You've not really.
I did my instinct
belief,
as well.
My belief is essentially that magic and knowledge doesn't have to be boring.
And all you've done is read books.
All I've done, yeah, apart from
No, you
apart from-
fucking spoke to a pig.
apart from trying to like engineer the new generation of pig species, that is true. I have read some books. I also dropped like a 400-pound sphere.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that. So you get an extra 100 for that.
I also got a brothel named after me.
Yeah. You get. I'll give you that after. I'm going to do Soulsby's one first because this is ridiculous.
I did my instinct as well, Graham.
You get 100 for doing that. Porno. What about you? Belief, instinct.
I need
I
overwhelming.
would say
odds to
probably
do this.
not.
Okay.
Like,
It's literally
I mean-
100. It's 100 experience. It's not huge,
yeah.
but it's still something.
I did my belief. Is it 100 each? Because I did my belief. and
No,
my-
it's 100 for one of them. Like if you do either of them, you get 100.
Okay. that's
Okay,
fine.
Soulsby,
Yeah. here we
you've
go.
got a
I
bonus.
need-
You have
I
a
need
bo-
150.
You have a bonus of 2,800 experience.
Yes.
Will, you get a bonus 600.
Oh, tidy, thank you.
Porno, you're still going. Your number's still going up.
Yes. And mine's gonna keep going up for quite a while, I think.
Depends. Depends.
Fuck, I need to get a new goal.
I mean, I now know a place that I can go that will help me with my goal.
With toys in the
So-
millions,
Yeah.
all under one roof.
It's
I mean, depending on how long you guys want to spend in this place that you're in just now.
John Cena.
Right. I'm gonna. Okay, so we're pretty much done for this week.
yeah.
Yeah.